Hello, beautiful people. My name is Athol, and this is Relationship Momentum. So today I'm going to talk about a really common scenario that I keep coming across. See, on one hand, I get guys coming to me saying, their wife is really testing about this. There is some bad attitude. There is some disrespect. That she is always complaining about things. She wants more stuff. She wants this, that, the other. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that is just completely overwhelming. And this is all vaguely normal. And the solution to all of this is to not make too much of a big deal about it, to just sort of stand up for yourself to your disrespect, to deal with general boredom by just some basic leadership moments and creating direction, and basically do all that sort of man up, take control, set direction, and just not let her stomp all over you. And if that's all it is, it tends to work very well and reasonably quickly if that's all it was. Because these are all, illegitimate, irrational, small little tests. But on the other hand, if there is also something that is very large, very wrong, and a completely legitimate complaint that she has about him, then trying to fix the solution by a whole bunch of leadership moments and just sort of standing up for yourself and not taking crap doesn't quite work. Because you have to understand, that big elephant in the room type thing, you have to think of that as like a big -5 event that counts every week. And yes, there's a smattering of small stuff, but even if you stand up for yourself on that and push back and set direction and get 3 or 4 +1 moments for the week, well, 3 or 4 +1s versus a -5, and you are still losing for the week. Your relationship is drifting backwards. Things are getting slowly worse. And when you try and stand up for yourself about the small fitness testing experiences, the small disrespect, the rudeness, the demands for whatever, it's very hard to do it because she is enraged and empowered and driven by this giant -5 structural problem, and it makes it so much harder to stand up for yourself and hold frame and all that sort of stuff on the little stuff. So in many ways, all you can really do, I think, when you have a bunch of little stuff and one giant big thing that's your problem, think about all you can do is kind of tread water and hope that the relationship doesn't slide backwards, but usually it does kind of sort of drift backwards even with your best efforts. There really is no way forward without dealing with the elephant in the room if this is your true problem, if this is really the thing you're meant to be responsible for. And I'm talking about, genuinely big things, like you have a true health issue that you're just not addressing. You have a drinking problem that you're just doing nothing about. There's some sort of drug issue that you're dealing with. You have a job situation that is obviously not going backwards. Your business is just falling apart. Big structural things that the wife is legitimately concerned about. And like I say, if that's what is driving her overall frustration with you, you standing up for yourself on a bunch of little stuff is not going to work all that well. You have to deal with the big structural problem, and once I think you really see that making some headway, then all the little stuff becomes a whole lot easier to do. You can't just do sort of leadership moments to get out of a situation where you have a really momentous problem. And I think between, if you're going to deal with a momentous problem and then you have a whole bunch of leadership moments, well, that's when you have relationship momentum and things will improve. And I have seen a number of situations where the husband finally addressed that big momentous problem, and wow, did that relationship take off relatively quickly once he got that thing under control. All the little stuff suddenly became a whole lot smaller and a lot easier to deal with, and the relationship got a whole lot better a lot quicker. I really have seen this a number of times. When you deal with that elephant in the room problem, the relationship momentum can finally pick up and finally get to a better place, and then all the things you want from this, the love, the affection, the sex, and the contentment and the loyalty and all that sort of stuff, all of that comes a whole lot quicker and easier once you deal with that big elephant in the room. So that's about it. Gonna leave it there. Hope you liked the video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that good internet stuff. And I will talk to you tomorrow.